Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So, today we're gonna skip working on the Golf. The owner should bring me a battery. Actually, he should be here within the next 10 or 15 minutes to drop me a battery for this. I was supposed to get the battery, then he got the battery, we have confusion. Anyway, today the job is on this 2012 Volvo V50 with the 1.6 engine and with start and stop. Why am I mentioning start and stop? Because that is exactly where the problem is with this car, on the start and stop system. Now, apparently it's not working. This was dropped yesterday and today is Friday. I just left night shifts, had a few hours sleep in the morning, and I'm gonna be on a rush to do this because the guy needs the car for tomorrow afternoon. Fixed or not, I'm gonna have to give the car back by tomorrow afternoon. So we'll see how it goes today. We'll see what the problem is, if I can find the problem, and all that good stuff. So the car was dropped yesterday. I had to park it right at the back on the grass. But yesterday when he dropped it, as I was moving it, sorry, I'm lying. The car was dropped here. I had to move it back to the grass, and when I moved it yesterday, I've seen in there that I was saying start and stop and available. This morning I moved it to here again, and I'm not sure if I've seen any message. Auto start and stop on. So auto start and stop is on, and let me see exactly what happens, because I think yesterday the message was auto start and stop and available, if I'm not wrong. So usually there is a button to disable this kind of stuff. I think this is what disables. Yes, so if I turn that off, auto start and stop off, and then if I turn that on, auto start and stop on. Now the auto start and stop systems usually they need to have a few things, a few parameters working. The car needs to meet a few parameters, and a few things needs to be working for these to for the start and stop to work, like engine temperature needs to be whatever. Then other things needs to be working correctly for everything to work okay. So I'm gonna give you a test. I'm gonna probably on the road test, give a test, let the engine to warm up first, and see exactly what happens. But before, obviously, we're gonna give you a quick scan, see if there's anything there that that points to any direction. But one thing I've noticed yesterday was that when I moved the car from here to the grass, and the car was exactly as it is now, HVAC off and all this good stuff. What I've noticed is when I moved the car from here to the grass and I turned it off, the coolant fan, the radiator fan, was just running full blast after I locked the car, and it stayed running for a couple of minutes. It could be just that the car was hot, but it's not really hot right now, so it's actually quite cold. And yeah, it was a little bit odd, but yeah, enough talking. Let's go and give it a scan and see what we have. Okay, and while the Maxi was doing a auto scan, I just went quickly to check the battery. I just thought, let me have a quick look, see, just look. And the battery is a brand new, literally is a brand new battery. So I don't think we need to have any concerns here. As you can see, AGM battery with a 720 amps. And a 70 amp hour. So I do believe that the battery is not going to be our problem. It should not be our problem. So My only thing is the battery being learned? Will these need the battery to be learned and all that good stuff? But we do have some codes in there, and usually engine codes on an auto start and stop is a giveaway straight away, because usually you can't have any codes. So we're gonna quickly look at these codes. Let's gonna look at the body control module first, or the CEM. Oh god, that's no good. And trouble codes, but that could be related to the engine though. Wow, okay, so these will definitely no subtype information. So we have an issue here with the software, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything with this, but the clutch pedal definitely will cause that problem, because you need to see the clutch position and all that good stuff. So let me go back. It's going to try to go to some live data. So let me go through the live data and see what I find. When I find something, I will obviously show you. Okay, so if I'm reading this correctly, why do I have so much glare? I think I found one problem. If the software issue is going to cause this problem or not, I don't know yet, but we need to fix this problem first to then understand if it causes an issue or not. So I'm not really sure, but so as you can see in there, clutch pedal 75%, clutch pedal 25%. The 25% says activated, that says inactive. I'm not even touched the clutch at the moment, so as you can see, not even touching the clutch. But when I press the clutch, so I'm going to start to press the clutch slowly, slowly, slowly. I'm about halfway through maybe. Slowly going down, 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 and I'm then pretty much at the bottom now. And as you can see, that turns into activated. I was expecting, if this is correct, I was expecting as soon as I start to press and I'm at 25%, let's say, it should go to activated and then activated there, and then when I release the clutch, everything should go inactive. That one carry on says activated. So I think if I'm reading this right, that should be a problem. The other thing I looked for, because you need that information on auto start and stop car, is the neutral position sensors. In this case there's two, and I'm going to press the clutch and engaging a few gears. So I'm going to go reverse, and as you can see, those values do change. First gear, second gear, third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear, then neutral again. Okay, so I'm not sure if these are the correct values, but definitely none of the values do meet each other. They're all different, and the reason why you need this value here is because usually the way the start and stop systems work is when you drive and you come to a stop, you press the clutch, you disengage the car, and then when you release the clutch, the car shuts off. And then you press the clutch, and as soon as you press the clutch, the car starts again, and obviously you can engage the gear and set off. And that's usually how it works. So you need the neutral position sensor, which we have here. You need the clutch pedal working properly, and that's pretty much the two things. Obviously that software is a concern. Not really sure if it's going to affect anything or not. The car is working fine otherwise. Don't know if that's just a glitch, if it's just something that needs to be corrected with a software update, which I do not have that facility because I don't have any accounts with Mr. Volvo. So let me think what we're gonna do next, but I think I'm gonna focus on this clutch pedal to start with. and go from there really. So let's go and have a quick look and see what we find out. Okay, and on the SEM to start with, we do have a resetting the information to 0 on power supply when replacing the battery. So the battery has been replaced. I can see that. Don't know if this was done. 4 hours. So ignition on, and then it needs to be, must be in sleep mode for a minimum of 4 hours. Oh man, that means I'm not going to be able to do anything the rest of the afternoon, isn't it? Provided that the ignition key has been removed, doors and leads are closed and vehicle is locked. Okay. Okay. If I do this now, I'll have to stop these. Okay. Let me, just before we go anywhere, that clutch pedal still's on the back of my head, so I'm not going to do these for now. I've reset the codes on these module anyway, and I'm going to do the same here to see exactly what comes back. Okay, so we have no faults now. I'll turn these off, let the car to sleep, start it up, and then give it a proper test on the road to see exactly what it does and monitor a little bit some of this stuff. I want to see exactly what the car does. But yes, that clutch pedal still in the back of my head. So yeah, it's a little bit, I don't know if this has been done, the reset for the battery or not. So a couple of things to digest. Let me see how we're gonna proceed. Okay, I've been driving for a bit, for about 20 minutes, maybe more. Auto start and stop still not working. And another thing that I've noticed now is, for some odd reason, is that my clutch pedal switch 25% is actually showing active, but even when I press the clutch, which I'm gonna do now, only the top one activates. So it's doing exactly the opposite as was doing earlier, and I'm really confused right now because I'm not sure why he's doing this. Another thing I want to probably check is quickly go and check the second battery. I think this thing has 2 batteries. He has an auxiliary battery, and it might worth to check that. So because I don't have much more daylight now, it's 3:03. I have another hour and a half of daylight. I'm going to try to go back home and check the other battery, see what it is, if he does have another battery, and then dig a little bit into this clutch pedal. I don't know if the code came back for this clutch pedal. Let me see if it came back. Okay, just the software. This software, guys, issue. I just been as I was driving around, I just been thinking maybe this car has been remapped because maybe DPFs or whatever, I don't know, but it could have been remapped, and if that is the case, that can affect the start and stop systems, but not just that. It can trigger that fault once the software is changed, because of the checksums between the engine ECU and the SEM, the body control module. Is normal for this code to be triggered. These, however, should not prevent the start and stop from working. So as I said, let's gonna drive back home and dig a little bit more into this. Okay, so this thing looks like it does not have an auxiliary battery. It looks like it's just that main battery, at least for my quick Google search. I might have to have a quick look, but it looks like it doesn't have an auxiliary battery, this particular model, the V50. The only thing that is puzzling me a little bit is the logic. So that now it says activated again, even though I'm not pressing the clutch. as you can see. And now when I press the clutch, the top one becomes active only when I get pretty much at the bottom, but the top one stays activated all the time. So I don't really understand the logic of this. I'm gonna guess would be the same as the brake lamp switch. So there's one there that just says brake lamp switch, and then the other one says via CAN, and when I press the brake they all go to activated. So I'm not 100% sure. So ideally, if I would connect Volvo V50, I would get probably a little bit more information, but I'm not too keen to turn everything on now. So I'm just going to quickly try to inspect that clutch sensor or switch and go from there. Okay, so to start with, I was definitely not the first one coming here. Look at these plastics here. Can you see these plastics all scratched? So I was definitely not the first one. But when I go down here, so let me show you this, because oh man, I have the phone charging. I hate to record like this, but there's nothing I can do. So that's the plug for my light, for the full well light. Then when I came to look for this, look what's hanging in there. Look at that. It's just hanging here. So I don't know, it looks like there is two clutch switches for this. It looks like it's going to be this one here, and there's going to be another one somewhere, because even with that hanging there, so obviously when I press the clutch nothing happens there, but if we come to the live data, as you're going to see, when I press the clutch, my top one is going to go to activated. Okay, so yeah, that's going to try to clip that back in. Don't know why this is unplugged or is not fitted in place, so we're gonna put it back in place. There is a little opening that you can't really see from here, but right here at the top there's a plate. You can't really see it from here. Anyway, there's a plate in there with a there's a plate in there with a opening to, and it looks like that just goes like in the middle, and then it twists and that locks in place. Let's see if that's good, it's not broken the tabs, etc., and then see what happens. Okay, and as soon as I unplug it, it goes to inactive. So it looks like we have a bad switch, but the switch is broken. So here at the back is the tabs that actually holds. These are the back, but here at the front, you can see there is actually broken. I don't know how good it comes on camera. So you should have two little tabs, one on each side, and they are not there. So this switch is actually broken, and right, and not sure what we're gonna do. Can we come up with something to fix this, or will have to be a new one? Let me think. Okay, just another quick thing, because it's good for me to understand these things for the future. So as I was trying to look to see if I could find the bits that are missing, just in case if there would be any handy, I actually found where the other switch is. So there is actually two switches. So there's one switch right here at the bottom, which is going to be activated as soon as you press the clutch a little bit, so which is those 25%, and then there is a switch, and I'm gonna be able to show you. Hold on a second. There is the other one. Where is it? I can see it from here. So the other switch is right there. You're gonna focus on maybe something like that. There it is. Come on, focus. Focus. It's right there at the back. You see the clutch? Look, there it is. You see that? So, which is a 75, which is when the pedal is pretty much at the bottom. So that there it is. Focus in there. There it is. Okay, can you see that switch in there? I'm pressing the clutch by hand. There we go. So that's the 75, and the 25% is the other one that we're gonna attempt to fix. Okay, and it's pretty much pitch black now, so I'm using the phone like that. So, but I think I got it done. So Let me see if I can show you this somehow. Nothing that, let me press the clutch so I can place the phone here. So nothing that a cable tie can't sort. It's pretty much solid in there. It's not going to go anywhere, that's for sure. So, and I'm going to show you now on live data that it is working. So as you can see in there now, I'm gonna press the clutch just a tiny bit. Which pedal? That one. There we go. On and off. And now when I fully pressed, I activate the second switch, and that activates the other one. So everything's working now. The reason why this is via CAN is because this first switch gives the information to the SEM. I will show the diagrams. I went through the trouble of logging in and check diagrams just for the video. After all, it's a quite simple video. I do apologize because I put these pin numbers here by the switch when these pin numbers are actually up here. This is just pin 1 and 2. It doesn't really matter, it's just a switch. I'm not sure which one is which, but it's just an on-off switch, so it doesn't really matter where you put the wires. But these pins here are actually on the SEM. So switch 1 is, which is the one we just fixed in there. It goes to pin. It's a 32 pin plug on the SEM, on the body control module, and that's going to be pin G21 and pin G24. And then the second switch, it goes to the engine ECU, and it's just a connection to ground to again a 32 pin plug, pin A29. So that's why this is a via CAN, because what happens is when you press the clutch, that first switch activates, and it actually is the SEM that sees that activation, and then via CAN, that's why it says in there, via CAN sends that information to the engine ECU to tell them that the clutch has been pressed, that 25%, and then when you're fully pressed, it activates the second switch, which is obviously a straight connection to the engine ECU. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go for a quick test drive, see what happens, and fingers crossed that this is fixed. Okay guys, and I'm here literally in the middle of nowhere. Oh, look at me. Literally I'm in the middle of these fields, and I just want to show you, I already tried it, but I just want to show you that everything is working the way it should. The glare is just a little bit terrible, so as you can see I'm doing about 10 miles per hour, 5. So I'm just going to stop now. So press the clutch, brake, disengage, release clutch, off, auto start. There we go. Now we press the clutch, engine starts, first gear, off I go. Obviously I know I'm not going to be able to just carry on doing this too many times, because if the battery drops too much, then the auto start and stop will also stop working. So we'll do it once more just to show you, but I don't think I need to repeat the process too many times anyway to show you that it is working. So I'm going to stop again, brake, press clutch, disengage, release clutch, engine off, press clutch, engine starts, first gear, take off. First, oh no, put third gear. Right, so as you can see, it is all working. And I think all I'm going to do now is probably wrap up this video. And in the end, guys, just did it again and it stopped again. Anyway, so I think what we're going to do is just wrap up this video. And yeah, that's it. It's fixed. So in the end, was just the switch that you could say is faulty. Faulty switch would do exactly the same thing. In this case, was just broken. Don't ask me how that happened. It was broken. We managed to put it in there without having to spend any money or buy any parts. So I'm quite confident it's not going to move anywhere. The switch is quite solid in there, and that just fixed our start and stop system. I do know some of you hate these systems. I particularly don't enjoy them too much. But obviously the owner wants this working, so we just fulfill his request. And And that's it, a quite simple video, but we'll leave this information here just in case if there's anything here that it might help you. All I need to do now is go back home, put the plastic covers underneath, and that's it. So that's it for this video, guys. So with no further ado, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. If you do have any questions or any comments, you know exactly how it works, just put them below. And like always, thank you for watching.